All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto YAHAWAH, the Hashem YAHWAH, Bahashim Hakodash. I want to give up honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim, the men and women, the children, all right, the elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of this earth, that's believing, pushing out this truth, all right, in sincerity and in truth. All right, today I just want to get into the story of Jonah, all right, basically the Most High chastisement, because the Most High can bring certain things upon you, right, to make you do what he wants you to do, because it's not up to us, right, because if you read the book of Sirach 18, it says that the Most High controls everything. He controls all spirits, whether it be animals, anything, animals, people, all right, he controls the elements, all right, I said all things obey his will, so the Most High can manipulate certain things and make certain situations happen, all right, and basically to bring forth what he wants to happen, right, whatever he wants to happen, all right, and that's what happened in the story of Jonah, and I'm gonna get straight into it, all right, because Jonah, he was a prophet, all right, and this is Jonah chapter 1 verse 1. It says, "Now the word of YAHAWAH came unto Jonah the son of Amittai, saying, Arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and cry against it, for their wickedness is come up before me." So the Most High told him basically go prophesy against this land, all right, this place, because this place is wicked, all right. Go let them know that I'm going to destroy their ass, basically, for the wickedness that they have been doing. Now let's see what Jonah did. It says, "But Jonah rose up to flee unto Tarshish from the presence of YAHAWAH, and went down to Joppa, and he found a ship going to Tarshish. So he paid the fare thereof, and went down into it to go with them unto Tarshish from the presence of YAHAWAH." So Jonah tried to run, right? He tried to run from the presence of the Most High, right? And you can't get away from the Most High, and that's what I'm about to get, right? So Jonah said he paid the fare. Basically, you wasted your money, bro. All right, you trying to run from the Most High. The Most High is in all things. The Most High is everywhere. This is Psalms 139:7. "Whither shall I go from thy spirit, or whither shall I flee from thy presence?" Right? What can I go to basically to get away from you? "If I ascend up to heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there." Which hell is talking about the grave. And if it's not talking about a place where you burn, all right, because that doesn't exist. That is a fable. Somebody just made that shit up. All right, it says, "If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea," right? That's what Jonah tried to do, right? He tried to flee from the Most High by way of sea, all right, on ship. It says, "Even there shall thy hand lead me, and thy right hand shall hold me." So the Most High, he gonna be there. All right, no matter where you go on the earth, all right, no matter where you try to run to, all right, the Most High is there. All right, his presence is there, right? The Most High is always around, because he's in everything, right? And Jonah had to find out the hard way. This is Jonah 1:4. "But YAHAWAH sent out a great wind into the sea, and there was a mighty tempest in the sea, so that the ship was like to be broken." So most are like, all right, you want to run some shit. I'm finna bring these waves on your ass. All right, I'm finna fuck up the sea. All right, basically, take away the calm waters, guys. This ain't gonna be no safe trip. It ain't finna go how you thought it was gonna go, basically. All right. It says, "Then the mariners were afraid and cried every man unto his God, and cast forth the wares that were in the ship into the sea to lighten it of them. But Jonah was gone down into the sides of the ship, and he lay and was fast asleep. So the shipmaster came to him and said unto him, What meanest thou, O sleeper? Arise, call upon thy power, if so be that power will think upon us, that we perish not." Right? So you had all these people tripping on this ship. Man, they like everybody praying to whatever God that they believed in, right? And he told Jonah to pray unto his God, so we can basically save us out of this situation, all right? He said, and they said, everyone to his fellow, come and let us cast lots, that we may know for whose cause this evil is upon us. So they cast lots, and the lot fell upon Jonah. So the Most High got this whole situation planned out. Like, look, this dude right here. Something going on with this dude right here. Something ain't right. All this is happening because of him. You know, the Most High stirring them spirits up. It's the Most High controls everything. It says, then they said unto him, tell us, we pray thee, for whose cause this evil is upon us. What is thine occupation, and whence comest thou? What is thy country, and what of people, and of what people are thou? So basically, who are you, bro? Where you come from? You know, what you do? All right? What's your occupation? What you do for a living? Like, what's going on, bro? All right? It said, and he said unto them, I am in Hebrew, and I fear YAHAWAH, the power of heaven, which had made the sea, and the dry land. So basically, he told him he was an Israelite. He said, I'm a Hebrew and I fear the Most High, all right? Because only the Israelites are going to fear the Most High, you know? He said, I'm a Hebrew and I fear YAHAWAH, the power of heaven, which have made the sea and the dry land, all right? Because all these different, if you read in the scriptures, all these different nations, they were praying to their different gods, all right? But only the Israelites mentions and praise unto YAHAWAH. So they tell right there that he was an Israelite. He was of the tribes of Israel. It said, then were the men exceedingly afraid and said unto him, why hast thou done this? For the men knew that he fled from the presence of YAHAWAH, because he had told them. So, bro, what the fuck? Like, bro, are you fucking crazy, bro? You know, like, are you tripping? Like, why you doing that? Well, why you come to us with that shit? Why you come here? Why you come on this shit, bro? You could have got on somebody else's shit with that shit. Because they already knew, bro, when the Most High name is mentioned, bro, and you gonna think about the things that he have done in the earth already. All right, how he flooded the earth, how he fucked up Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah, all right, and many other things. They like, shit, man, this dude right here tripping. They said they were scared, right? Because you see, they mentioned all of these other gods, right? And it was nothing. But when they mentioned the Most High name, when Jonah mentions the Most High name, they were like, oh shit. All right, this is a whole different story then, right? Because when you talk about the Most High's name, bro, the things that he have done in the earth, it will pop up, all right, in your memories, all right? You will remember, right? Because these other gods, they ain't really got no stories to back up, what they about. But the Most High do, because the scripture say he's the true power, right? It says, then said they unto him, what shall we do unto thee, that the sea may be calm unto us? For the sea wrought and was tempestuous. And he said unto them, take me up and cast me forth into the sea. So shall the sea become unto you, for I know that for my sake this great tempest is upon you. Nevertheless, the men rowed hard to bring it to land, but they could not, for the sea wrought and was tempestuous against them. So, Jonah was like, man, look, just cast me and then throw me in the waters. All right, then everything gonna be good for y'all, bro. My fault. Salakia. Just throw me in the waters. And they weren't trying to hear it. They're like, man, this nigga tripping. We ain't finna throw him in the water, man. We ain't finna do that to nobody. So they tried to go, and basically try to get to the land. But it said that the sea, what it said, yeah, the sea was wrought and was tempestuous. So they couldn't do it. It was too much shit going on in the waters, right? So the Most High forced them to make that decision. They was gonna have to do that. It says, wherefore, verse 14, wherefore they cried unto the YAHAWAH and said, we beseech thee, O YAHAWAH, we beseech thee, let us not perish for this man's life, and lay not upon us innocent blood, for thou, O YAHAWAH, hast done as it pleased thee. So they were scared. They didn't want to just do that to Jonah and get judged for it. Like, they knew it was the Israelite. They knew the Most High would fuck them up over that, over his people. The Most High always fucks these other nations up over his people. And the Most High don't play about his people, especially his elect. All right, because Jonah is a part of the elect. All right, Jonah, his name in Hebrew is YAHAWAH, which means a dove, that's the Most High's favorite bird. All right. So this was one of the Most High's men, right? So it says, so they took up Jonah and cast him forth into the sea, and the sea ceased from her raging. Then the men feared YAHAWAH exceedingly, and offered a sacrifice unto YAHAWAH and made vows. Now Yahweh prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah, and Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights. So it said the Most High prepared a fish. All right, so you don't know what type of fish it could have been. It could have been a whale, it could have been anything, right? The Most High was getting this the whole time. The Most High already knew. He already knew Jonah was gonna try to run. So he had this particular fish, all right, this big fish, all right, prepared to swallow up Jonah. So you see that the Most High made the situation happen to where they was gonna have to throw Jonah off of the ship because he had the fish prepared already for him. All right, and you see they tried to go against Jonah's decision and try to we finna get to the land, but it couldn't happen. So they had to throw him off because the Most High wanted that to happen. He wanted Jonah to get swallowed by that fish. Right? He said he was in there 3 days and 3 nights. It's Jonah 2:1. Then Jonah prayed unto Yahweh his power out of the fish's belly, and said, I cried by reason of mine affliction unto Yahweh, and he heard me. Out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heardest my voice. So Jonah was catching hell inside of this fish's belly. Like I said, it could have been a whale. All right, it could have been any type of fish. All right, the Most High prepared this certain fish. Right? So, Jonah, the Most High made him submit. All right? And he started praying to the Most High. Basically praying to him to take him up out of the situation. All right? So now let me jump to Jonah 3:1. And the word of Yahweh came to Jonah the second time, saying, Arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and preach unto it the preaching that I bid thee. Right? So, the first time he told him, look, go preach unto Nineveh. What happened? He tried to flee. He tried to run from the Most High. This is the second time after the Most High put that hell on him. Let's see what Jonah said to him then. It's Jonah 3:1. And the word of Yahweh came unto Jonah the second time, saying, Arise, go unto Nineveh, that great city, and preach unto it the preaching that I bid thee. So what Jonah did, it says, so Jonah arose and went unto Nineveh. So he like, man, hey, I'm with it, He came out there well ready to, do the will of the Most High, because the Most High put him through those certain situations. All right, and that can go we can use that for us in this truth. All right, even though we not testing the Most High like that. All right, but it's like because we gonna go off of being in His flesh. When you go off the Most High, it's gonna correct your ass. All right, to let you know, look. Or you make a stupid decision, because that was a stupid decision that Jonas did, right? He made a stupid decision. The Most High will put you in a certain situation, all right, to make you not do that shit no more, right? If you're of His men, because you gotta have that, because they said the Most High chastises the ones He loves, and I'll get that real quick. This is Hebrews. Hebrews 12:6-5. I start at 5. It says, And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children, my son. Despise not the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. For whom the Lord loveth, He chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom He receiveth. Right? So the Most High chastening His sons. All right, every son He received, every brother that comes into this truth. All right, that if you're of the elect, the Most High is going to chastise you. All right, and he chastised Jonah. All right, because that was his son. It says, if you endure chastening, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? So if you're the son of the Most High, we say that we are the son of we're the sons of the Most High. That's what Yasharallah means, the prince of the power. All right, and a prince is the son of a king. So we are the son of the Most High. So we're going to be chastised by our Father. It says, but if you be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, and you are bastards and not sons. So the Most High don't deal with you like that. Right? Then, you a bastard. All right? The Most High don't put hell on you, then the Most High don't care about you. But you see, He cared about Jonah. Right? He had to he had to put something on him, to make him do what He wanted him to do. All right? Because Jonah, he didn't want to do it. So he fled, and the Most High put that hell on him. And then he sought the Most High. This is Psalm 78:34. When he slew them, then they sought him, and they returned and inquired early after the Most High. And this always happened unto Israel. When the Most High will bring hell upon them, then it will make them change their mind. All right, look, we went off. We pray unto the Most High to get us up out of this situation. We ain't going to do this no more. All right? So the Most High has his way of making you do what he wants you to do. All right? The Most High gonna get the job done. All right, you gonna do it. You gonna do it. If the Most High wants you to do it, you gonna do it for sure. Right? And that's all I wanted to go into, I hope it was this lesson was edifying. Until next time, say shalom.